All right, per usual. Hello. I forgot to record an intro before I started doing my makeup today. So today you are going to watch me put on this eye look using the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4 palette and the CHATTY Glam Light palette. That is the mattes that is in my eyeshadow today. You're also gonna get to watch me play with a bunch of new makeup, and this lipstick is making my teeth look really yellow, so super sorry about that. And it's not the best to go with this eye look. I think I say that a couple times in the video, but I hope that that sounds like something you're looking for, because that is what you're in for today. And I do give you a little bit of a life update, so please keep on watching if that sounds like something you're interested in. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here on my channel. Ultimately, I'm just out here talking about makeup because I like to talk about makeup. If you like to talk about makeup, I think that you're going to enjoy it here, and I hope that you'll want to subscribe before you go. With that said, let's roll into this Chatty Get Ready With Me smidge bit of a life update. Using all new things. I have so many new things right now. I'm going to do my eyes first, as always, and I don't have a new eye primer. So I'm going to pull out, well, I guess it's new-ish. I got it in my Beautylish Lucky Bag. It is the Hendash Color Fluid in Canvas, and I have been using this as an eye primer, and I quite enjoy it as an eye primer, honestly. I thought that I would take some time and have a conversation with y'all, because it's been a long time since I did like a, get ready with me or something of the sort. And this won't go up until after you see all these products be hauled in, because I can't put it up because I have some big news and it hasn't been announced yet. And I forgot to do any kind of skincare, so after I do this, I'm gonna pause, go do my skincare really quick. I really like this eye primer. It blanks out everything and truly makes your eyes a canvas for sure, but also dries down, isn't super tacky, and I have found that I really like those. Could you guys see anything that I was doing just then? Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna do my skincare and I'll be right back. I just did my Clinique clarifying lotion and then the Sunday Riley glow oil. I'm gonna let that all sink in for a little bit before I put on my sunscreen and then my primer. So there's that. The palettes that I'm going to be using today are these guys here. So I have the CHATTY X Glam Light Crazy in Love palette that looks like this. And I have the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4 palette that looks like this or this. So we're going to see what I can do. I'm kind of wanting to play really with some of these guys in the center because I haven't played with them yet. The Chrome Flakes are a little bit wonky. I'm just not sure how to get them to stick to my eyeballs. And then the two Aqua Chromes on the outer edges, like those intrigue me like a whole lot. So we'll see. I think I want to start, honestly, with an aqua chrome, and I think what I want to do is do this aqua chrome with this chrome flake kind of tapped out on top, and then just use the black and the gray as like outer and bring it in, so kind of like this crazy, like mostly vibrant eye look. I've never messed with these. I don't know how they're going to work over the top of this base, but the aqua chromes require water, right? They're water based. So this is just a little like spray bottle. I'm just gonna kind of, I don't know if I want to, God, that's a lot of water, right? Maybe I wonder if it'll work if I spray my brush. Okay, so we sprayed the brush. I don't know, does it take, how much water does it take to work? Who knows? Who knows? A lot, because spraying that brush maybe isn't working. Yeah, we have a little bit. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I thought I'd come on here and do this playing with new makeup and kind of have a little bit of a chatty get ready with me with you guys, because my channel may go through a slight bit of not issue, but it's not super, I'm not super impressed with that yet. I'm going to try and keep it as full force as possible because, you know, it's my peace, my mental stability, but I am moving. So you guys will see this after it's announced to my people, but I currently live in Washington State, and we all know that, right? I live in the eastern side of the state, which is, you know, pretty desolate and honestly takes a large amount of time to travel from location to location. And honestly, if I want to be visible to the powers that be to grow my career, that is super pretty. I need to be in a bigger market, a major market. And, you know, unfortunately, Eastern Washington, Idaho isn't a major market. I've been here 4 years. I've never seen a senior VP in this market ever. And I really want to be able to showcase myself with people of, you know, that tenure, that power, so that I feel like I can grow with Ulta. Because right now, if I'm 100% honest, I don't feel like I can grow with Ulta. There's just not any, I kind of feel like I got that way too wet, but there's just not any growth opportunity with my company if I stay over here, if I'm honest. And while that breaks my heart because I've been with this market for the 4 years I've been with Ulta, I also know that I want to grow. And to grow, sometimes change needs to happen. And sometimes that change is not fantastic. So while I would love to stay here and be able to grow my career, I also know that that's probably not going to happen. So stay stagnant and honestly become a little bit complacent because of the area that I'm in and the growth opportunities, or grow. I am young enough that I still want to grow. So I have accepted a position in the Seattle major market. So we are moving, and what that means is right now my beauty room is a damn disaster, and I need to pack up everything, and we need to be moved by the end of June. It's gonna be nuts. So I think I'm gonna let this dry. My daughter, who is 11, is absolutely enamored by the idea that we'll be moving. You know, most of my family is over there. My son still lives here and will probably remain on this side of the mountain. My mother still lives on this side of the mountain, probably will remain that way. Like my dad, my stepmom, who I also call my mom, my sister, my brother, they're all over there. So I'm going to go in with this one here, which is kind of like, actually, I'm going to go in with this one here first. This is black, it looks like, and it is called Free Hugs. I'm going to go in with that one. And I have lived over on this side of the state. Even though I was born and raised on that side of the state, I've lived on this side of the state longer than I have ever lived anywhere. I haven't lived on that side of the state since my oldest, who is 28, was like 4. I think he was 3 when we moved over here. I did live on that side for a very short period of time with my last company, but it was honestly like 3 years. It was just a very, very short period of time. So with that said, I am really super excited for the change, really super excited to take on the Seattle major market. Really super excited to get back to a place where, you know, I grew up. With that said, there may be, you know, some lag in videos getting up in a timely way. I typically upload 3 days a week. I don't know that I'll be able to continue doing that while the move is going on. Now, I want to, and I am pretty pre-filmed, to be honest, and like this one I'm filming now, but it probably won't go up for like 2 weeks, right? So I am pretty pre-filmed, but I do anticipate that there is going to be like a week where I maybe will only have like maybe one video going up. Wow, this eye looks incredibly lackluster compared to the other one. But I'm hoping that you all can just bear with me, because I promise you it will get better. I currently work, you know, more than full-time hours at Ulta Beauty doing what I do. So I don't anticipate that moving over to the other side of the mountains is going to change that much. I am anticipating that throughout the whole moving process that we might see a little dip in my ability to get videos out in the same way that I'm currently getting videos out, right? Because I'll be over there working and having to travel home to pack some stuff to move, and I don't love this black on this eye. It's kind of getting patchy. Let's see what I can do to blend this here. So I do anticipate that there is going to be some moments in time where I'm just too tired to film or too tired to edit and can't get, you know, a video up in the way I would normally get a video up. It's like I have two very different eyes right now. Look at how perfect and how much of a mess this is over here. So we're gonna go back in. I honestly feel like I hate this aqua shadow. I hate it. It's okay. So it's super sticky. And if you try to blend it out on top of itself, it just pulls up. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this eye is a damn mess. This eye is okay. Like, I'm going to blame that partially on the wonky eye, but I'm also blaming that on this eyeshadow because it doesn't look quite as vibrant as this side. I mean, it's pretty, but I feel like it's a lot to try and work with. I may not use that ever again. What I'm gonna do is wait until this dries just a little bit. So I'm gonna get my fan. So yeah, guys, I'm moving to Seattle. So peace out to this little tiny town that I live in. Nothing, no harm, no foul. I enjoy my neighborhood. I've enjoyed my time here, but I'm over it. I'm from that area. Born and raised there. I love it there. There's just so much more to do. And I think from the perspective of raising children, like there's just a lot more options. Like when I think about my son, who is, you know, 16 right now, and that's the worst part, is we'll be moving in the middle, not in the middle, I guess. He'll do his senior year at a school he's not, you know, familiar with, and that breaks my heart for him. But I also know I can't pause. You know, this opportunity is not going to be available next year. So unless something tragic happens, and that would be awful. So I wouldn't want to wish that at all. But I also know I can't like put a pause button on everything and, you know, kind of get my way about all the things. So I'm going to try these chrome flakes right here. And these guys, I think, are also going to be super difficult. Look at, that's gorgeous though, right? Okay, so let's try it on here. Oh, you guys, that is so pretty. I wonder how these would be with a brush. So I'm going to go in with the same brush that I was using. I don't think these really pick up on a brush. Okay, like I've changed my mind. You guys, that is stunning. However, I will say they don't work super well on a brush. So definitely let your finger warm them up, because They come off really well on my finger. And while I am not like a glitter flaky girl, like I am not really somebody who loves flakiness and eyeshadows, like glitter is my nemesis. Look, I look like I have bug eyes. I am just enamored by this. This is so pretty. And you know, when you're up close to my eyes, it looks completely different. Okay, so because I went over it with the wet last time in this eye, I'm gonna do it with this one also. What I would say is this definitely is stunning. It's stunning. It's stunning. Like, that's all I can say. Wow, I'm just enamored. This is beautiful. Okay, I am done. I am done with this palette, but I used these two shades right here. This one is an aqua shade, so you do have to get it wet. This one is kind of, it's rather like gummy. You have to let it warm up and kind of become this almost like pasty feel, and then it just sticks to whatever you put it onto. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this eye. I think also it did a really good job of covering up, you know, some of the holes that aqua color. I think that aqua color would be better suited as a liner, and maybe that's what it's in there for. Who knows? Maybe we'll use it as a liner. I'm not very good at that kind of liner, but we'll see. I'm gonna finish up playing with like just deepening out this outer section here and getting the powder onto my eye look. So I'm really excited for, you know, multiple reasons, only one of which being, you know, moving closer to my family. I do think that it's going to be also kind of great for my YouTube channel. I know that there's a lot of YouTubers that live over in the Seattle area, so maybe some like collaborations with some of them would be amazing, but also just like kind of some get outdoors and show you my area kind of thing. Like I think about like what Taylor Wynn used to do, and not that I am anywhere near a Taylor Wynn kind of, you know, YouTuber, but I'm really excited to bring you guys along for the journey. So we'll be looking for a house to buy. Currently, my parents are looking at some. I did have my realtor come out and look at this house to tell me what we think it could go up for sale for, and you know, I only owe 150 on this, well, less than 150 on this house right now. I do live in a rather rural area, so the house costs are, you know, maybe different than they are in your big city, but I do still anticipate being able to sell this house and getting a pretty penny out of it, so that's exciting to me. I think I just stuck something in my eyeball with this thing that I wasn't aware was on it. That's fantastic. My eyes are kind of burning just a little bit. Looking at my eyes, we all know this is my wonky eyes, so it does appear to be a little bit more spread out than this one. I wish I could figure out how to do my eye makeup on this eye to make it look more like this eye. But at the end of the day, typically I'm able to like bring it all together and make it look like, you know, consistent. So I am done with my eyes for now. The primer that we're going to be using is this one. I did purchase it in the most recent Sephora sale. This is the Valentino V Lighter. This is the illuminating base. This is something that Lauren May Beauty made me buy. Not really. I did get a sample of it from the little, you know, using your points and getting a sample because of Lauren May, but I ended up loving it so dang much. I'm going to use my Unseen sunscreen real quick before I put on that face base. I'm kind of on the fence about the sunscreen. It's currently in my deck of panning as the I think it's Collecting Cobwebs product because it's about to expire. So I needed to bring it in to a project pan and use it, or it will expire before I can. But I'm kind of on the fence about it. I feel like it makes my face feel kind of greasy. And maybe it's just that I'm not letting it sink in long enough, but who's got time for that, really? So I'm using the V-Lighter face base. This is one pump, y'all. And I want a little bit more shine because I actually don't have a foundation to use today, but I do have, again, some things that I purchased from the Sephora sale that I want to get some usage out of. So I know that this isn't makeup tip technically, but this is the Ole Hendrickson Banana Bright Vitamin CC stick, and it's like an under eye stick. This is what it looks like anyways. I ended up getting the shade Apricot, and kind of looking on the outside of the bottle, I'm not sure. I think I maybe got too deep of a shade, but we are going to try it, and it's just like an under eye stick, so we're going to put that on. I felt like the other one was maybe too light, so we'll just pat it on. I also have like another Lauren May Beauty Made Me Buy It item, the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Like, I don't know if she still uses it, but I remember that that used to be her favorite concealer. So I'm really interested to try it. I don't know. I think that, I mean, it isn't the right shade, right? Maybe I should have gotten the more like actual banana colored one, but I feel like that covered up like my dark circles really quite well as far as the discoloration goes. So I did get the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I got shade G11. And then I also got the Makeup Forever HD Skin Sculpt palette. And I'm thinking, like, truly, because I don't really wear a lot of like foundation during certain months of the year, to be honest, but I'm thinking I can cover my whole face with this palette. Here's the true tea, like, you guys, this was $85. This is so tiny. Every time I see this talked about on somebody else's channel, it looks huge. It looks giant, but it's absolutely not. This stretch concealer reminds me a lot of a MAC paint pot. Is this the same as a MAC paint pot? I don't know. We're gonna see. That actually gets pretty emollient. It warms up really well and really quickly on your finger. So we're gonna just put that on my under eyes. Just kind of bring it down a little bit. Actually quite love this concealer. I feel like it did an enormous amount of like blurring, and it got so like emollient that it just sunk into the skin and looks almost as if I'm not wearing anything on my under eyes. And it went over that Ole Hendrickson product quite well, actually. I actually quite love that concealer. Time will tell, right? We will see how it is with the rest of the face. We're gonna go into this guy here. That is the biggest like life thing that I wanted you guys. I think I'm gonna go in between these two shades here because it will impact, you know, my channel. I needed you guys to know those things, but it will only impact my channel for the time that it will take me to get moved, to be honest. I actually think that this one is like almost perfect for me. I may have to lighten it up a little bit later, but I do think that this is going on my skin so beautifully right now. See, it doesn't appear to be the right shade, but as I blend it out, it just kind of blends in really well. My oldest daughter has been in San Antonio. I think you guys maybe know that, but she's going through the last of her college things, trying to get her certification for teaching, but currently is also teaching in a school in San Antonio, and she's doing really well. I just talked to her yesterday. She's kind of sick, but not super bad. I've done her makeup here on this channel, and she's also done my youngest daughter's makeup here on my channel in a daughter takeover video. I'll link those up in the eye for you guys. My 11-year-old is so excited that we'll be moving. At one point in time, we were thinking that, you know, my partner would stay here for the next year, and then I would just stay with my parents and travel back and forth every weekend. And she, regardless of how that was going to pan out, wanted to come with me and be with me because she just wanted to move and not stay here next year. So she's really excited. My son, my 16-year-old that is still, you know, living here, is not excited because next year is supposed to be his senior year. I do think I told you guys that, but he's not excited. But what I will say is I do think that when we get moved and when he sees the, you know, enormous amount of like opportunities that he has over there versus what he had here, I think that he'll be fine. But truly, who knows? I'm going to go in with a little bit different brush. This is kind of making a mess in my little dude there. But just because I want to get a little bit of a wider area. Yeah, so I do think that he'll like the opportunity. So I do plan on moving into an area where my family is. My 11-year-old daughter has a cousin who is 2 months older than she is. So I think it'll be good to get them, you know, acclimated to each other, I guess. Built-in friends, whatever. Yeah, I think that looks so natural, you guys, and so good. And I understand that this is only supposed to be like a contour palette, but that shade right there is perfect shade for my face. So why not use it for a foundation if you can? I think I'm going to go in with this shade here for contour, and I'm just going to take the same brush that I used initially for the foundation. My heart hurts a little bit for leaving my team here because, like I said, I've been with this team for a long time. My heart hurts just a tiny bit because I'll be leaving them, but there's been so much change in this group in the last, you know, year, and my DM business partner is no longer working with us. Like, she quit. I don't blame her at all. So I'm happy for her and happy for what she is doing with her life right now. I know that she was kind of struggling there at the end with feeling valued. So it's also a new, you know, educator in the market, and I've been in this market for 4 years, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a struggle. And it's time for a change because otherwise I'm gonna like not love what I do anymore. I feel like. So for bronzer, now that I am all foundationed and, you know, contoured up, for bronzer I'm gonna use this. This is the House Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Blur. This is in the shade Light Level 4. This is something that I picked up a while ago. It wasn't in the most recent Sephora sale. I love the packaging of the House Labs products. Like, I think that they are beautiful. I'm going to use a blush brush because I'm just not sure about this product. I've heard that it can be kind of patchy. So we're going to go rather slow on a slanted brush and see how we like it. I actually think this is quite pretty. I think it's a little more like warm than I anticipated it would be, but I actually quite like it. I mean, that's not the kind of brush I usually use for bronzer, but I do like it. I think it handled the bronzer quite well. I think it is a really pretty bronzer. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I don't think it's patchy, and I don't also think that it lifted any of my makeup underneath, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't have anything new for brows, so I am going to go do my brows off camera real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll do highlight and blush and lips and mascara and all the things, and then maybe we'll try that water activated for a liner. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not super great at that, but pause. I'll be right back. I really do think I need my brows situated because they're large and in charge. for sure. So I'm going to do my lower lash line really quick. And I have to be honest with you, my lower lash line really isn't a big thing to me. I usually just use an eyeliner, which I don't have a new one of, so I'm just going to use this one. It is an LA Girl Shockwave Neon eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Vivid. It's purple. I think it kind of goes with the eyeshadow on the lid. I am then going to take just a little pencil brush and kind of buff that out. One thing that I've been doing lately, and I don't have a new eyeshadow to use on like the inner corner unless I pick like one of these guys. I guess I could do that. Let's do that. Let's pick this one here. Actually, let's go with this one because I haven't used it yet. It is called Sixth Sense, and it is like green to blue, kind of multi-chrome. So I'm going to just pick that up on the same pencil brush that I used to blend out the lower lash line. The only problem with this, right, is that it is kind of chunky. Oh, but by golly, that looks beautiful. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm actually really quite happy that I went with that green on the under eye, or in that inner corner, instead of a single shadow. I think that looks so pretty. And I think that like this side over here, I think got a little bit low. So we're just gonna kind of tidy that up. Yeah, you guys, I think that is beautiful. Okay, so I have a plethora of blushes actually that are fairly new to me, which is very, very bad. But I have this one, the House Labs Color Fuse blush in Watermelon Bliss. This one is rather orange, actually. I don't think that it would go super fantastic. I think that this one is the same. I'm actually kind of mad at myself for picking up both of these because I think, oh no, one's more red and the other one's more orange. This one is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, and this one is in Golden Hour. It would be a nice, like, maybe peachiness, but I'm afraid it would be too orange for this, like, rather purple blue. And then I also have this one, which is the Too Faced Cloud Crush. This one is in Watermelon. What is with me and the crazy shades of blush lately? This one is really hard to open, but I do think that of the three, this one is probably the better option just because it's pink. So we're gonna go with this one. I'm gonna use this brush, and this is the Duo Fiber Powder Brush, the F15 from Sigma. I have found that I love this brush for putting on a blush, I'm afraid. This is supposed to be blurring. Look. This is supposed to be blurring. So, oh my. Here's what I will tell you. The reason why I like these Duo Fiber brushes for blush is because you can pounce it on and it actually just kind of perfects it. But holy shnikes, I got really ham there, didn't I? Let's take some of this over on this side. Look at how much blush that is. So if you find yourself ever in kind of the same kind of spot, like I kind of dig it. It matches the pink in my eye look, and it actually doesn't look as bad as it did when I first started. So let's trust the process. I hate the little tiny mirror in this thing. I'm gonna take, wow, did y'all see that? I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush and I'm gonna just kind of blend it a little bit more. There's nothing on this fluffy brush except for what I've been blending onto my skin all day. I'm going to take that brush that I put all the contour and the foundation on with, and I'm just going to kind of like pat over the top because it's not super wet right now, but I think that it helped tone it down just a little bit. This is definitely a blush that you could go pretty ham with if you weren't paying attention. I do think I went a little bit too ham with it. What I am going to do because of that is take my quasi damp little blender sponge here. And I'm going to go back into that shade that I was using for foundation. Just pick up a little bit and kind of bounce it around on my face. I feel like that looks better. Also, one thing that I've been doing lately is taking my contour a second time after I put on my blush and just kind of placing it a little bit to recreate that shadow. Yeah. I look a little crazy. Okay. I also got a Rare Beauty highlight. It's in the shade Exhilarate, so it's kind of the like peachy gold one. I'm excited because I've heard that this is amazing. And what I want to do is pick it up on this brush and kind of put it into my brow bone area. Blend that out. Okay. I also kind of want to just pick it up and put it on my face. That's real pretty. So I'm going to grab a little brush, just kind of dip it in and feather it. I mean, this makeup look doesn't seem like it's super consistent, let's be honest, but it's not bad. Okay, I grabbed a little like eyeliner brush and I am going to try and use this aqua color as an eyeliner. It's going to blend in with the lower section of my eye look, but maybe just out here. I actually kind of dig it. I'm going to go do my other eye, my mascara, and come back to do lips in this video. I just put on some lashes and mascara, just some like little lashes that I cut off, so they're just like this latter part of my lash line is new, or is lashes, and I just put on mascara. I've been using that Cali Ray Compeller High Water, not new, but something I've purchased, you know, not super long ago. The only like new lip liner I had another one, but I promptly took that sucker back. I bought one of those Too Faced ones. You guys, that is the most horrible experience of my life. I am not even joking. Like, it was the worst. Do not even bother with those Too Faced plumping lip liners. They burn so bad. They burn. So I am going to use this one. This is the Glamlight Chucky shade. I think it's kind of brown, honestly, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna roll with it. I actually don't think that looks horrible. Ooh, that's very, very dark and moody. And therefore, I don't love it. I am going to actually use this, and this is a new liquid lipstick to me. This is a Kylie liquid lipstick, and it is in the shade Ulta Beauty. And I think I need it to be pink just because this shade does not look fantastic next to my teeth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they look rather almost green. We're going to use this kind of pink. I mean, I definitely like that color better than that deep dark, like almost bricky red shade. Okay. All right. So, full face of new makeup. I don't think it's horrible. It's too soon to tell with the lips. I do really not love the way that this went on. It's very dry, creamy, but also dry, if that makes any sense. I felt like I was tugging at my lips a little bit, just saying. This didn't go on super bad. I mean, I feel like it looks good. I don't feel like it is super dry, but Again, I just put it on, so we'll see. Maybe let's put on some Lunar Beauty Gloss. This isn't new, but this will kind of transform. It's not great. It's not great for my teeth. I don't like it. Let's talk about some of the other stuff. Okay, first and foremost, I kind of love it. I kind of like this little color corrector stick. I do think I should have probably picked up the lighter shade though. This was a smidge bit too orange, and I know that if I went ham with it, it would probably like discolor the concealer going over the top. Really, really like this concealer. It was very emollient. It kind of went into the skin. It's very skin-like. I feel like probably the reason why it's called stretch concealer is because it literally moves with your face versus not. And again, this is first impression, so I can't be certain. It's my parents sending me a bunch of pictures of the houses that they're looking at for me. This V-Lighter base I already know I love. I had a little like sample version of it that was in my project pan last year that took me a while to use, and I loved every second of using it. I'm actually really pretty impressed with this guy. I do think was a great thing to bring into my collection because when I go out of town, I will be able to bring this with me and not have to worry about, you know, a separate like foundation, contour, and highlighting product because it's got all that in here. I could actually probably also use this as a concealer, and I probably wouldn't have to buy any or bring any kind of base products. There's highlights in here, contours, foundation shades. So super happy with this purchase and really love how I'm looking for a mirror here. Really happy with how it looks on my skin. I think it looks very, very natural. It looks like I have nothing on at all, and it feels like I have nothing on at all, which is something I love. For the bronzer, I actually quite like the bronzer before I kind of went ham with the blush. So with that said, I was a little bit afraid of it because I had heard that it kind of actually goes on really patchy, but I didn't find that to be the case with this bronzer at all. And it looks like it layers over the top, and it looks actually pretty good layered over the top. So I don't mind it. I don't think it looks patchy at all. I think it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful bronzer in my humble opinion, and I like it quite a lot. I'm wondering what it would look like using a more, you know, a bigger, fluffier brush with it. The blush. Listen, I went super ham with this blush. What I will tell you is don't go that ham. I think that the blush kind of ruined it for me, to be honest, because I went so ham. That was my fault, not this blush's fault. But ultimately, like, I do think that it's got a beautiful color. I'm just not as like blush heavy as a lot of other, like maybe even YouTubers are here on the platform. I do think it's pretty. I just think I went too ham with it, which is whatever, but I love the color. It's hard to open. That much I do not like about it. But I do think that it does your skin a lot of favors. It does look like it's airbrushed the skin. Like, it doesn't exacerbate any kind of texture. It looks really, really good. So I'm excited to keep using this. This is beautiful. This Rare Beauty highlight, I want to get more of these. Like, this just lays within the skin so well that, I mean, it doesn't exacerbate any kind of pores or fine lines and wrinkles. It reminds me a lot of the Becca Skin Perfectors. Like, it's super smooth and smoothing, so, and beautiful. Just super like see me from the moon kind of highlight, which I love. Let's talk about this and the Chucky palette. Okay, I really like the Chucky palette. I've had a really good time with it. This is not the first eye look that I've done with it. I've used almost every single one of the mattes in this palette, and I Love them. I haven't tried the shimmers yet, but I'm sure the shimmers are just as good. I have several eye looks with this palette, and so far I've loved using every single shadow in this palette. So I think it was a good buy for me, and I like that it's really just that kind of gray muted red, like bricky, like blood look, like murder house look to it, you know. This I have been really super excited to use. To be honest, these bottom and top rows are fantastic. This shade right here is beautiful. I actually quite like this green shade on my inner corner here. I think it's also beautiful. I hate this. I hate this shade so much, and this is one of the aqua shades, so I'm not really certain I'll get any use out of this, but this chrome flake I'm really actually pretty impressed with. What I would say though is that I feel like, so I'm gonna get you up real close and personal. I do feel like it's super patchy in there. I don't feel like you can layer the shadow at all. And I feel like also for like hooded eyes, it maybe gets caught in the hood and then disappears in like the hooded areas. I don't know. You tell me. I don't love how that aqua shade lays. I think that you have to layer it to get the opacity that you want from it, or have it be really, really wet. And to have it be really, really wet, you kind of have to put a lot of water in there. When you put a lot of water in there, and it looks like it has like a little plastic pan in there so it doesn't get into the cardboard. But because I sprayed it in there and it did get on the cardboard, there's a little bit of a bubble here, which is kind of disheartening. But with that said, if you stay within the little plastic pan there when you're putting the water in, then you're not going to have the same problems. With that said, I don't love how it looks on the eye. I don't know that I'll use it again, is what I'm trying to say. So overall, this is the look. Like, let me know what you guys think. I don't think that this lipstick goes with this eye look at all. I'll probably take it off before I film my next video, but that being said, that's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you got everything that you wanted to see today. Again, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you and yours are well, that you're safe, that you're healthy, and that you're getting along as best you can, and that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.